Hello everyone, it is Kaahlan, and welcome back to this episode of my playthrough of Danganronpa. We are right in the middle of the third class trial, and we're about to review everything that happened for today, so let's go ahead and do that right now.
I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for
heck was
about
Kyoko?
an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. I don't know why I
When
wasn't
Celeste
talking for
told
those
us
parts,
that,
I was just
we decided
expecting
to
voice
split up
acting.
and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
It's like all been manipulated by Celeste. There's no way that she's not the killer this time. That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered
I
his
still
body.
think this announcement was only for him.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies, and after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Yep.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Monokuma File 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
That's not true.
What makes you say that?
We all talked to Hifumi.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Okay, I'm not really sure which one I'm supposed to do here.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi,
No.
or perhaps it was after?
I mean, he did, yes.
We already know what order they were
No, we
killed
don't.
in.
Ooh, okay, not that one?
Shoot!
So, regarding Taka's
Wait.
death, I wonder if he died before
I don't. The
Hifumi,
Monokuma
or
file doesn't
perhaps
really
it was
help this,
after?
does it?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Is that the only
It's
other one?
true that
Oh, I
Hifumi
missed
was
it anyway.
killed with
Whoops.
Justice Hammer 3.
Okay,
While Taka's
I'm
death
gonna
came
See?
scroll through.
So it's obvious
It is
Taka
only
came
those
after.
two. That second one doesn't seem right, though.
So, I wonder
Is
if
this one
he
of
was
those where you
perhaps
have to,
we
like,
already know
copy
Taka
another
came
answer?
makes you
I'll
say
try the
that?
second one and then try
because of
copying.
the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Ooh, okay, let's try copying. That's not going well for me.
Shoot!
So, regarding Taka's
How do
death,
I copy them?
I
Okay.
wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
The
It's
numbering?
true that Hifumi was
That
killed
doesn't
with
seem
Justice
right.
Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
Am I
after.
supposed to use the numbering on the order? That doesn't seem right.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
No, that's wrong.
Is that right?
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
Yeah. No, that's true, Makoto. You're right.
If anything,
You're
that's
smarter
just
than I
another way
am
the
in this
killer
case.
tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. His watch. Oh, wristwatch? Oh, do I have to do it in order? Oh, I do. Okay. For some reason, I just thought you chose the letters you needed. I didn't realize you had to do it in order. I cannot see that.
Now I understand.
That one makes more sense to me now. For some reason, the first time I did it, I thought you could just hit whatever letters you needed. I didn't realize it was lighting up one individual letter at a time. Okay, anyway.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night,
Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock. You know that. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That is true.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That
Yeah, well,
way,
the second
when
one
we
is still
saw
missing,
how they were
so.
used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
No, we're not, because he wasn't dead in the nurse's room. We found blood packets. Ah, okay. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go. Back.
When we
Only the
heard
top
Hifumi
is tier of
screaming, we
voice
were all
acting
together,
here on this channel.
except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have
Look, he's a
rock-solid
theory
alibis
crafter,
for when we
alright? He
heard
doesn't need
Hifumi
evidence.
scream.
He just needs ideas.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
I mean, couldn't Kyoko or Hiro?
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Yep.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in here and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Woo! Called that so early. Okay. I'm glad.
The
I
dead
got
body
something right.
moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
He was
I don't
never
think
dead.
it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? It's certainly what I've been thinking this whole time. Broken wristwatch.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
Based on what?
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
That's
And
not
that
right.
is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Yes.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No,
I'm not sure which
It
one
is
I'm supposed to be
Hifumi was dead.
going
without
against
a
here.
doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that
I'm not
is
sure
why
if this
the
is one where I need
announcement
to
was
be copied.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended
gonna try
to
this
signal
one.
someone else's
Ah, fuck.
discovery.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to copy the dead body and then use it on that one. Oh no, I'm running out. I'm so bad at this game.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone
Oops.
else's discovery.
Did I hit the wrong thing there? I hit the whisper! Dang it.
Are you
Alright,
saying that when we first found Hifumi in the
let's
nurse's
try this again.
office,
I hope I have this right, what I'm
there's
thinking.
a chance he was actually still...
No, Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And
Wait, was I
that
not able
is
to
why
copy
the
that one?
announcement
Oh, maybe
was
I have to
made.
actually be on it. Gosh darn it.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Look.
discovery.
Are you
I'm
saying that
just
when we
making
first,
mistakes
there's a
left
chance
and
he was
right.
actually...
No. It is Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And
Okay,
that
there we go.
is
We got
why
it that
the
time.
announcement was
Fantastic.
Are we really so sure about
Gonna
that?
try not to mess this up.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Oh,
discovery.
is that not it? No! Do I just not know what you're doing?
Shoot!
Probably I just don't know. Failure! Shit! Shut up! I don't know! Just go through this. None of this happened. I didn't fail again. No one saw that. It's fine. It's fine. Fuck. Man, I just like, sometimes I just can't make sense of what order exactly the game is looking for, even though I like know what it wants, if that makes sense. Okay,
Are
but
you
I don't know
saying
what
that
it
when
wants
we first
here,
found
so
Hifumi in the nurse's office,
obviously.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
Okay, so
It
it's
is
not that
impossible.
one.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body
Is this
had
the only
been
one that
found,
I can copy?
And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure
So,
about
'cause
that?
I
Maybe the
can't
announcement
use
was
it
intended
here.
to signal someone else's discovery.
I can't copy that one either. Okay, let's check again.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
Okay, so I can
is
actually
impossible.
copy that one.
Hifumi was dead.
Shoot.
Without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
I'm not sure which
really
one is
so
just
sure
supposed to
about
be the
that?
contradiction here.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I think I need to copy someone else's discovery and then use that when dead
Are
body
you
was
saying
found.
that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Let's try that.
there's a chance he was
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is
Hopefully
Or
I'm
at
right
least
this
maybe
time.
the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Yeah. Okay. I'm taking my time to think this through. Hopefully I'm right.
Are you
And I'm not
saying
gonna
that when
mess
we
this
first
up.
found Hifumi in the nurse's, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
There we go. It took some time, but we got there.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also
Was Celeste
the same
also the
time
one
that
that
Taka's
suggested we
body was
split up
found.
3 and 3?
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
Since it has to be 3 people to trigger an announcement?
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and
No,
rolled
because
them
we
together
got
into
another
one.
announcement in the repository later.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Even though Hifumi spoke to us after the announcement, but okay.
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Yeah.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Which means the second announcement was for Hifumi.
If
I've
that's
cracked
true,
this
then
case.
why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when? When both bodies were rediscovered.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Even though he spoke to us after that.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know!
His wiped off glasses.
We're gonna find Dad! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But
Yes.
honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Oh, I don't want Celeste to die. There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was
His
positioned...
glasses! Wait, what? Oh, did I fucking hit the wrong one? Was it gonna say something about how there was no difference? I hit the wrong one. I'm too impatient, man. I just can't help it.
And the next time it
I
was
gotta
in.
click.
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
I'm so dumb. I just needed to wait 2 seconds. Impatient to the max.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was a cleaning cloth.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was
Princess Piglet.
Princess Piglet.
Oh, I was saying Princess
From Demon
Pudgy.
Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
That's impressive. I did not remember that, Hina, but good on you.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
Hifumi and Toko.
I wouldn't be caught
Oh,
dead
and
using a
Byakuya.
tacky piece of...
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Well, Hina, I have an answer for that too.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies.
Or I guess
He probably
Kyoko
used
does.
one of
That's
those.
fine. That's my evidence, so that's okay.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
Yes.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka, could it be?
I got it!
I got it!
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Yeah, that part's not important. Just look at the note, okay? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants.
I got it!
Definitely.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Sorry. TikTok and Huffy?
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Yeah, I have the scrap of paper. Wait, what?
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
Okay.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong.
I was like, what are they looking for here? I thought they were gonna like have me use the piece of broken note that Taka had in his hand.
There absolutely is a connection.
But I guess this works too.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Probably trying to get rid of the evidence.
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Probably trying to get rid of the evidence.
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
I will, with my ripped piece of paper.
When I
Yeah.
searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Yeah.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
No, I don't. That's not true, Hero. That's no.
Sorry, no.
You know what? I think this has been a super long episode, so let's go ahead and stop there. We'll pick it up in the next one. I'm loving this. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you're enjoying this series, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!